Okay, people, I was testing a new projector with a film I hadn't checked yet, and what I found is pretty awesome. Okay, I only watched the Amsterdam part, there will be more that I don't know yet, but let's get this going. Amsterdam in Christmas atmosphere. That's the flower market in Amsterdam, or at least part of it, with all the old cars that are from the late 60s and early 70s, which is correct because the reel actually says 1970. People are doing their Christmas flower shopping apparently. Christmas trees, of course. I mean, what else would you get? Actually, Amsterdam hasn't changed that much when you look at this, but it's all become a bit more rushed. Although the shopping streets are still sort of equally busy. Christmas happiness for young and old, that's what it says. Christmas joy, I guess, would be a proper translation. Salvation Army, last day it says. That's Dam Square with a rather sad looking Christmas tree. Christmas action, something's going on. Loads of pigeons. I think there's more pigeons there than there are now actually. I'm not sure what happened to all those, but apparently they liked our food better in those days, or more people were feeding them, as you can see. They will have shit all over them once they're done. I think that's a carillon-like thing that's being played. Or is it ice cream? No, I see clocks. It's clocks. That's a street organ. I'm watching this on a very tiny screen, so you may actually see more than I do. It's a disco ball. Of course there's a disco ball. Oh, and actually no, not of course. This is pre-disco. And evening has fallen, and this is really good film that they use because those lights are captured beautifully. Cineac, that's a cinema, still there. Actually, I just assume it's a cinema because of the name. I haven't been there. The projector is making some concerning noises, but it's working. And we are enjoying a Christmassy night in Amsterdam. That's the end of this part of the film. Then there's a bit of this, and then the Jesus Revolution. And then you get something. I'm not quite sure if these are heavily religious people or hippies, because right now it looks quite scary if you're not religious. And they look indeed very religious. But then, after the typical guitar comes in, a bit longer. Here we go, and now they're all of a sudden hippies. They don't look religious at all anymore. This looks like hippies. This could be Woodstock. So, no idea. The book says, youth in action or in, I don't know, maybe protest, something like that. They got a tambourine and a guitar. As you do. Gorgeous retro colors. No, it's still the same crowd. This is as far as I've seen it so far, so I'm not sure what's gonna come next. But they're obviously making music. La 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 la. There's no sound to this film because it's actually a sound projector, but there's no magnetic strip there. So he's preaching to the choir, quite literally. And the hippies don't care to stand up. Also someone not white in the picture, which in those days was a lot rarer. This looks like the Vondelpark in Amsterdam. I'm sure those people on the bench have no idea what's going on and are highly confused. I dig her pants, they're really red. It only says Vondelpark on the reel as well. It doesn't actually say what kind of gathering this is. But the dude has a beard, so that's alright. Ooh, a flute. That's unexpected. Although flutes were really in those days. It was a very folky thing to have a flute in your band, whether you were the Dutch band Focus or Jethro Tull. Nice reflection. I'm amazed by the colors. So Rotterdam C70. We got a fair. That was a, a bit of a jump scare. Are they all doing that? Is that supposed to happen? Ah, we will never know. So I'm sure, I don't know Rotterdam that well, and especially these days it may look very differently, but does anyone know that building in the background? Because I don't. It's obviously summer, and people are walking in the fountain. This is pre-salmonella, that's for sure. Ooh, we got a trumpet. These may be the same people, or at least partly. So I guess this all has a lot to do with religion, but usually when you watch processions and such, it's really boring, but this is such a cool image of the day. We've got an MGB there, we got Feyenoord, the Rotterdam Football Club, still is, there you go. I'm not much one for football, but there you go, or soccer I should probably say. Rotterdam Communication 70, well there you go, that's what the C stands for then. Maybe we can Google that. He looks a lot like Jose Gonzalez. And another street organ with a horse. P. de Bruin, that's Peter the Brown or something. I guess P is Peter or something like that. This is the fountain with some nice lights. It looked like a concert, like a metal concert for a second. Still Christmas apparently, and I'm confused because people were obviously not cold, so I guess it's just random leprechauns. What does it say? I couldn't read it. But it's very fleshy and very psychedelic. So the screen is actually too small to see what's going on, but I think it's some sort of fair. Yep, there you go. It's one of those grabby things that yeah, that doesn't work. And here they are making something. Looks so. That's a theater slash cinema, I think. Maybe just a cinema, I'm not quite sure. It says cinema right there, so there you go. I think this is gonna spin soon. Yeah, there you go. It spun and now it's all LSD. Trippy as hell. I love it. On and around the Eiffel Tower, Paris, 1970. A decapitated man. I'm sure I'm supposed to know who that is, but I have no clue. I've never been to Paris. It's only a 3.5 hour drive from here, or maybe 4, so it's ridiculous that I've never been there. Still need to find someone who would like to show me around, who knows the city. Eiffel Tower does have a nice view, it has to be said. On the Seine, as I assume that's the Seine River. Arc de Triomphe, of course, which is just a very messy roundabout, honestly, as far as I know. And there is, I think, the Notre Dame, but it's very tiny. Gorgeous palace. Busy streets as well. Une pont, a bridge. I'm sure they are actually showing the highlights, but I just don't know very much about Paris, which is a bit weird. Something I should fix. But in the meantime, it's nice imagery. Looks like a city I would enjoy to walk around and take endless amounts of photos and videos. Yay, it's Grand Theft Auto. This is only for the people who played the first two, but if you're a 90s kid, you know what I mean. And the elevator's going down. Not exactly terminal velocity, but it'll get there. Bon appetit. I'm not sure what they were eating, but it looked cozy. There's the decapitated dude again. And that's the tower almost fitting the frame. Almost. That said, it's really, really proper camera work. This is not shitty at all. This is really nice to watch. I see a Renault 4, I see some Beetles, a Peugeot 404. Ooh, massive fountain. Is that a Wartburg? Not sure. NSU. Another Renault 4. Cool cars. Again, this is around 1970. This is 1970, I think. And it shows. I should really check all of my other reels for this handwriting, because I want to see what else they did. This is great imagery of a very different time. Boobies. Water. The guy obviously loved his fountain. There's another part coming. It said something about Lana or something, I'm not sure, but it's all of a sudden in sepia. Black and whitish. We got a donkey. What does it say again on the reel? Because I can't actually read. It's on the back. Lanas. Lanas. Oh, there you go. 14th of July. Is that 14 juillet? Yeah, I'm right? Yeah, 1970. But this is probably not France. Also, I wonder why it's in black and white all of a sudden. Maybe they ran out of budget. Also seems to be running a bit quick. Maybe this is 18 frames per second, but I'll just leave it as is. See them trot around with that doggy. So I'm gonna have to Google Lanas because I'm not sure, or Lanas or Lanas. Just gonna see what that is. Is it a place? Yes, it's a commune in France. What on earth did I just stumble upon? In the Ardèche. So yeah, that's what it is apparently. And around this time the population, because I actually have a list here, the population was around 200 people, so it's tiny. People seem to be having a good time, despite running a bit quick. A brisk little walk. Nice high quality tents. Oh, she didn't want to be on video. Film rather. Back in those days you had proper tents. These days they're all cheap and plasticky. Unless you pay a lot. And they're expensive and plasticky. He seems slightly confused. Maybe it has something to do with his hairdo. Who knows? These people look significantly less hippie than the ones before. So yeah, a Citroën Diane. I think that's an NSU, I'm not quite sure. But whatever it is, they have cars and they have fun. And they have a bridge. And volleyball. Which I'm really bad at. So this is just a holiday to Lanas, whatever that is. Or Lanas I guess, yeah. And it's a bit of a weird one after... barbecue of course. A bit of a weird one after all the colorful imagery. But then... it is part of what these people were doing, and now everything turned red. Are we back to color film? Is that fireworks? Or is that a fucking rocket launch? I can't even say. No, it's not going anywhere, so I hope it's not a rocket launch. Otherwise there's a problem there. Got a problem there, lady. Got no gas in it. So yeah, I think this is fireworks. Maybe that is 14 juillet. Maybe it's just a random bit that they filmed because they didn't want to throw film away. But it is almost the end of this reel. Which is perfect timing because my camera can only film 15-minute clips. So I won't have to start a second one and merge them together. So that was this interesting reel that showed some amazing footage of a very different era. In some really significant cities. And yeah, it's a good thing I found this. I'm really intrigued by this. Happy New Year, I guess. And... huh. And it's over. Did I just see Fuji there? Didn't they use Kodak? Because I really like the colors. Fujifilm single 8, it says. So that's probably why the colors were so different from normal. And actually really pretty, so quite impressed. That's that then. In a video I still have to make, I promised you guys that I would upload this. So here you go. The other video will take a little longer. Don't ask. Bye!